This is gonna be big. Esto va a ser enorme. And welcome back to Cliffieland. This is Weekend Country number 37 on our second attempt of cooking the food of every country in the world. And tonight we're up to the nation of Colombia. Colombia is located in the northwestern part of South America. It borders both the Caribbean Sea and the Pacific Ocean. It has a vast cuisine that is very different in different parts of the country. So covering it in one dish is going to be tricky. So what we've chosen to do is one of the national dishes, if you can call it singularly a dish, and that is Bandeja Paisa, which is a huge platter of up to 9 different dishes. This is definitely the most complicated dinner that we will have done or will be doing on this entire challenge. So let's see how things went last time we tried it. Well, 4 years ago in the Global Cooking Challenge, knowing that I was just cooking for 2 people, I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it all. So I tried to edit it down, taking out a few pieces. It came out okay, although I'm sure I really screwed up the chicharron. We're going to try to improve on that this time. So what is the bandeja paisa? Well, there's bandeja, which means platter, so it's a paisa platter. And it involves 9 different dishes. Those being the paisa pinto, which is pinto beans, Hogao, which is a Colombian Creole sauce, the Carne en polvo, or Colombian powdered beef, cheese arepas, which you have with the Hogao, the Chicharron Colombiano, or Colombian fried pork belly, and with that there is white rice, fried plantains, chorizo sausage, and avocado with lime. It's gonna be crazy. And before we go any further, I'd like to give a shout out to mycolombianrecipes.com, the best place on the internet for any Colombian recipes you'd want to find. So let's take a look at tonight's ingredients for this massive dinner. First, for the bandeja paisa, or paisa platter, we'll need to start with the paisa pinto beans. And for that, we'll need 2 cups of dried pinto beans soaked overnight, 1 pork hock, 4 cups of water, 3/4 of a cup of shredded carrots, a half a teaspoon of salt, 1/2 green plantain cut into 1/4-inch slices. And then for the guiso for the pinto beans, we'll need 1 tablespoon of chopped onion, 2 cups of diced tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, 1 clove of garlic minced, a 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground cumin. Next, for the carne en polvo, or Colombian-style powdered beef, we'll need 1 pound of flank steak, 5 cups of water, 2 cloves of garlic crushed, 2 scallions chopped, a half a cup of chopped onion, a half a teaspoon of ground cumin, and salt and pepper to taste. Then, for the cheese arepas, we'll need 1 cup of pre-cooked white or yellow arepa flour or cornmeal, 1 cup of warm water, 1/3 cup of white or mozzarella cheese grated, 2 tablespoons of butter, and a pinch of salt. So then, for the Chicharron Colombiano, or Colombian-style fried pork belly, we'll need 1/3 pound of pork belly, washed and cut into 2 pieces, with 1.5-inch crosswise cuts made in each piece, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 cups of water. And for the rest, we'll need 1 cup of long grain white rice, 2 cups of water, a half teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of vegetable oil, 2 eggs, 2 chorizo sausages, 1 avocado, 1 lime, 1 large ripe plantain cut into 1/2-inch thick slices, and half a cup of vegetable oil. Okay, I'm telling you right now, that took all day just to prep. The general suggestion is to do 3 of the dishes the night before and keep them in the refrigerator and just warm them up in time for dinner. I didn't do that, so that made for an entire day of prepping and cooking. So let's take a look at it. Into a plastic bag, place the flank steak, garlic, scallions, onion, ground cumin, salt, and pepper. Shake to coat the meat thoroughly. Refrigerate for at least 2 hours. Remove the steak from the refrigerator. Place the steak in a large saucepan. Add water. Bring to a boil on medium-high heat. Lower the heat and simmer for 1 hour. Remove the meat from the pot and let it cool. Cut it into chunks. Run the meat through a food processor until powdered. Remove to an oven-safe bowl. Drain the beans. Put the beans in a pot. Add the pork hock and the water. Bring to a boil over medium-high heat. Lower heat, cover, and simmer for 2 hours. Meanwhile, make the guiso for the beans. Heat the vegetable oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Add the tomatoes, chopped onion, scallions, salt, garlic, cilantro, and ground cumin. Cook for 10 to 15 minutes. Set aside. Uncover and add the guiso, plantains, shredded carrots, and salt. Combine the ingredients, taste and adjust seasoning. Cover and cook for 1 hour more. Remove to an oven-safe bowl. In a bowl, mix cornmeal, cheese, warm water, 1 tablespoon of the butter, and salt. Mix thoroughly. Let stand for 5 minutes. Knead with hands for 3 minutes. Make 4 small balls. Place a sheet of plastic wrap down. Place a ball on the sheet. Cover the bottom of a pan with a plastic bag or wrap. Press the pan down over the ball to make a disc 1/4 of an inch thick. Repeat with the other balls, separating them with plastic wrap. Heat the remaining tablespoon of butter in a skillet. Fry the arepas in butter for about 3 minutes per side. Heat the oil in a saucepan over medium heat. Add the tomatoes, scallions, garlic, ground cumin. Cook gently for 10 minutes. Add salt and pepper. Cook for 10 minutes more until the sauce thickens. Remove to a bowl and set aside. Cover the pork pieces with baking soda. Place the pork in a saucepan. Add water and salt. Cook over medium-low until the water evaporates. This took much longer than expected, approximately 40 minutes. Then raise the heat to medium and fry for 15 minutes until crispy. Place the rice in a rice cooker. Add water, salt, oil, and set to cook. For the plantains, heat the oil in a saucepan. Fry the plantains in 1 layer for 2 minutes per side. Drain on a paper towel-lined plate. Lower the heat. Fry the chorizos until cooked through. Fry the eggs. Set out a large platter. Scoop out the rice. Place the fried egg on top of the rice. Plate the chorizo. Scoop on the powdered beef. Plate the fried plantains. Plate the arepas. Plate a bowl of Hogao. Place a bowl of beans alongside. Slice the avocados in half. Squeeze lime on top. Dress with sliced lime quarters and cilantro leaves and serve family style.
How did all that turn out? Well, it was massive. The leftovers are gonna last forever. So let's break it down by dish. On the Bandeja Paisa, we're gonna start with the Pinto beans. Those were super delicious. They had great flavor, the combinations of the plantains and the cumin and the beans, which are the right texture, and the porkcock. It was spectacular. I'm gonna give the Pinto beans 5 out of 5 globes. Just really great. The Hogao, or Colombian Creole sauce, was a tremendous addition to the rice, the powdered beef, and the arepas. As last time, it was just a truly great sauce. Gonna give that one 5 out of 5 globes. As for the powdered beef, that I understand is something of an acquired taste. It is kind of dry, and it seems kind of like a shame to do that to a nice steak. But hey, it's tradition. With the Hogao, it certainly tastes better. By itself, it's not so great. So I'm gonna give the powdered beef 3 out of 5 globes. Again, you really do want to mix that in with the sauce. The cheese arepas were out of this world. They were great, 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 great. Love them. 5 out of 5 globes on those. Also great with the Hogao. As for the chicharron, you saw I didn't actually make it to the plate because I didn't know how long it was going to take to evaporate that water, and it took a lot longer than I thought it would. After dinner, I did manage to have a taste of it, and it came out a whole lot better than it did last time. Last time I burned it horribly. So when you get it just the right golden crispiness, it has that great pork rind flavor. If you let it go a little longer, it burns and it gets really bad. So on my execution of it, I'm going to gonna give it 4 out of 5 globes. If I had done it properly, it would have been 5. As for the rest, the white rice was fine, plain, 3 out of 5 globes. The chorizo, it was okay, 3 out of 5 globes. The fried egg, my total disaster. And the avocado with lime, well, was a delicious avocado with lime, 4 out of 5 globes. Really, how do you rate these things separately? So overall, the Bandeja Paisa gets 4 out of 5 globes. A ton of work, but a lot of deliciousness in it. So, that does it for Colombia. Remember, if you'd like to see our streams live when they happen every Tuesday night, be sure to follow us on Periscope or Busker. Like and subscribe if you'd like to be advised when these videos are posted every Wednesday night. If you have any thoughtful comments, helpful suggestions about the food of Colombia or any of our future nations, feel free to sound off in the comments. And tune in next week when we head back to Africa, technically islands off the east coast of Africa, for the small nation of Comoros. Till then, thanks for watching and happy eating!